Well, hi everyone, good morning. This last Sunday I spoke about two men mentioned by Paul in Philippians 2 and verses 19 to 30. And those two men were Timothy and Epaphroditus. But you know what has always stood out for me in reading the New Testament is how little we know of many of the people mentioned. Even the Apostle Paul. I mean, we know a few things about him, but in actual fact, what we do know of him is still extremely little. But then that's how the kingdom operates. God by far uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things through the power of His indwelling Spirit. This is an encouragement to you and I, in that we don't need to be Christian rock stars to be used mightily by God. But it also means we don't have the luxury of shrinking back when He does call out to us. Let me tell you why. Not my words, but the words of Paul the Apostle to the church in Corinth. In 1 Corinthians 1:26 and 27, he says this, brothers and sisters, think of what you were when you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. Our feeling unqualified or not being clever enough, or Brad, I've never really felt adequate. Paul's telling us it's not about who you are. In fact, it's not about what you think you can or can't do for God. It's about what He can do through you. All too often we don't step out in faith because we do this inventory of ourselves, and we feel we come up short and of what God's requirements are. I don't think I've got what God needs. Well, all we need to remember when God calls us is that our faithfulness is the only requirement. And even if our faith is low, God's the one that gives us more faith. What we need is that one small step of faith. Neil Armstrong once said on landing on the moon, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Now, if I had to take some license from that statement, I would say it's quite biblical to say one small step of a believer is one giant step in the kingdom. Amen? Well, on that Apollo note, thank you for setting aside the time this morning. I trust you're going to have a great day, and may God bless you.